Welcome back, everyone, to another deep dive. This time, we're going to Ireland.
Ireland it is, County Donegal to be exact.
Yeah, and I'm really excited about this one, honestly, because it combines a couple things.
What does it combine? Lay it on me.
Well, the beauty of the Irish landscape.
Of course, who doesn't love that?
Right, but also, like, the really fascinating tradition of Donegal Tweed weaving.
Oh yeah, there's a real history there.
Yeah, and, for this deep dive, we're going to be taking a look at Jennifer Dabble's novel, Heart of the Glen.
I'm familiar with it, yes.
Yeah.
It's so much more than just a romance, though, isn't it? It really delves into the history and craftsmanship of Donegal Tweed and the resilience of the community. When you think about Donegal Tweed, it's not just fabric. It's a symbol of Ireland, like even rivaling Harris Tweed.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It was worn by royalty. Really,
Yeah.
everyone who's anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And Dibble uses this iconic fabric as a backdrop to explore Saoirse's journey.
Yours, yes.
So imagine this. You're fleeing a really devastating past, carrying the weight of guilt, and you're seeking refuge in like this remote corner of Ireland.
I can see it.
That's Saoirse's story. And she stumbles upon Drumboe Castle.
Drumboe Castle, yep.
Hoping for work, right? But when she arrives, she finds that it's totally abandoned. Tragedy struck. Lord Hayes passed away, his wife just fled, and Saoirse has nowhere to go.
So abandoned and alone, she's left adrift. That's a powerful image, this abandoned castle.
Yeah.
Reflecting the sense of loss and uncertainty she carries.
Definitely. And then she meets Aileen McCready.
Aileen, a kind soul.
Right. Who offers her shelter, but it's in their barn.
Humble beginnings.
Yeah. And this act of kindness that Aileen shows her, it kind of opens the door to the world of the McCready family and, their world of Donegal Tweed weaving.
But it's not all sunshine and roses for the McCreadys.
Right. No, they get their own struggles for sure. Owen, he's this really talented weaver.
Yeah, Owen.
But he's been injured, like there was a bandit attack, and he can't weave.
Oh, that's right, the bandit attack.
And to top it all off, they have a huge order from Murphy's, which is like this really prestigious tweed company.
The pressure is on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the deadline is, fast approaching. They're struggling to meet it. And then on top of all of that, there's like this constant threat of theft.
It's like one thing after another. But it's fascinating, isn't it, how Dibble portrays their vulnerability. Their livelihoods so intertwined with the land, their traditions, this ever-present danger.
Mm-hmm.
It's really captivating. And weaving in this story becomes more than just a craft. It becomes a metaphor for their resilience. This idea of piecing together a life in the midst of hardship.
Yeah. And as Saoirse kind of integrates into this world, she finds herself drawn to the loom.
The loom, yeah.
Initially, it's about helping.
Finding a purpose.
Yeah.
In this place that feels familiar and foreign at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. But as she starts to learn the intricacies of weaving, she starts to discover this connection with Owen. Like they have this shared passion that goes beyond their individual struggles.
There's a scene I love. Saoirse gets her finger stuck,
Like while warping the loom.
Yeah, and Owen comes to her rescue. It's a small moment, but it speaks volumes about their connection, the way they start to rely on each other,
Yeah.
That unspoken understanding that grows through shared experiences. It's just so well written.
I completely agree. And honestly, the book does a great job of illustrating the actual weaving process. We see Saoirse struggling with the heddles, and she's trying to master that rhythm of passing the shuttle.
I can picture it.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then slowly but surely, this beautiful pattern emerges.
It's so symbolic. It makes you think. Even in the midst of chaos and uncertainty, something beautiful can be created. And it makes you reflect on your own life. What are the threads you're working with? What are the challenges that you're facing? How can you find that resilience
Right.
and that dedication to your craft? How can you weave something meaningful out of your own experiences? It's a powerful message.
It is. And I love how you bring up symbolism because Dial really uses it throughout the novel. Like there's this one part where a black lamb is born.
Oh, yeah, the black lamb.
And in their community, that's a bad omen.
Right.
It feeds into their anxieties, their fears. And it really makes you wonder about the role of superstition in a world where faith and tradition are so intertwined.
It's an interesting juxtaposition, right? Because you have their unwavering belief in God, on the one hand,
Hmm.
and on the other, these ingrained superstitions that almost seem to contradict that faith.
Yeah.
It speaks to the complexities of belief systems, how even in the face of reason, we still cling to age-old fears and anxieties.
It adds this layer of tension to the story.
Oh, for sure.
You're left wondering if this bad luck will follow Saoirse and ultimately, bring the McCreadys down. It's like this shadow hanging over their hard work, their determination.
Absolutely. It really makes you think about the nature of luck itself. Is it something that's predetermined, or do we have the power to shape our own destiny? And how do we reconcile those beliefs with the unpredictable nature of life?
It's very thought-provoking. And it makes you question your own beliefs about, fate and free will. And as the story unfolds, these themes just become even more intertwined with the characters' struggles, prompting you to really look at your own perspective on resilience, tradition, and the power of community.
And, speaking of community, Dibble really captures the essence of life in rural Ireland.
Right.
Like, we're transported to these gatherings at the Sheridans.
Right.
A neighboring family where there's music and laughter.
Yeah, you really get a sense of how those traditions give them a sense of belonging and strength
Exactly.
in a world that can be unpredictable and often harsh.
And, even the symbolism of the hymn Rop tu Mobile, which means, be thou my vision,
Beautiful hymn.
reinforces that idea, doesn't it? Like, it's a reminder of the hope and resilience that you can find even in the darkest of times.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's interesting because amidst these really, shared experiences,
Yeah.
the romantic tension between Saoirse and Owen, it starts to build.
Yeah.
There's a shared glance, a moment of accidental closeness, a near kiss that's interrupted by Stout the family dog.
I love how Dibble crafts these scenes so masterfully, allowing the relationship to unfold organically amidst, their daily lives and struggles.
It's not just a whirlwind romance.
No.
It's a slow burn.
A connection forged through hardship, mutual respect, and, that growing appreciation for each other's strength.
Yeah, and then as their feelings deepen, the challenges intensify.
Oh, yeah, the landslide.
The landslide.
A pivotal moment in the story.
Definitely.
Yeah, it throws the whole community into chaos.
It's devastating.
The village doctor is killed, homes are destroyed, and you really see how fragile their existence is. They have to confront loss, grief, and this difficult question.
Whether to stay and rebuild or start over somewhere new. What really stood out to you about this event?
I was really struck by how Dibble portrays the community's response.
Yeah.
Instead of giving in to despair, they rally together.
They do.
They help each other dig through the rubble, comfort each other, offer support.
It's a testament to the strength of community.
Yeah, for sure.
The idea that you're not alone when facing adversity.
Absolutely. And it kind of echoes the resilience that we see in the craft of weaving itself.
Right.
This idea of mending broken threads.
Yes.
Creating something whole and beautiful from what seems like disparate parts.
And for Saoirse, the landslide becomes a catalyst for confronting her past.
Yeah, finally she confesses to Owen.
That she caused the fire.
Right, that she accidentally caused the fire that killed her family.
It's heartbreaking.
It is. And Owen's initial reaction is harsh.
Yeah.
Which kind of mirrors his own guilt about his father's accidental death.
Right.
But then there's this shift.
Oh.
He recognizes his own hypocrisy.
Yeah. And starts to understand the deep pain that Saoirse has been carrying. It's a turning point for their relationship.
Definitely.
It's where you start to see true empathy and forgiveness.
And it highlights the complexity of forgiveness.
For
Not just forgiving others, but forgiving yourself.
Yeah.
And Bridie, the matriarch of the Sheridan family, she steps in with some much-needed perspective.
Right.
Encouraging Saoirse to see that she's not responsible for the tragedies that have happened.
Yeah.
Her words offer a powerful message about letting go of that guilt and finding peace.
Yeah, and John Sheridan Bridie's husband, he gives Owen similar advice.
Does he?
Yeah, he urges him to trust in God's plan and to fight for the things that really matter.
Including Saoirse.
Yes, including Saoirse. It's a reminder that even when things seem hopeless, there's always something worth fighting for.
Absolutely.
But Saoirse, overwhelmed with guilt and fear, she runs away,
She does.
seeking solace in nature.
Understandable given everything she's carrying.
Right. But Owen realizes how deep his feelings are for her.
And the weight of his words.
So he sets out to find her.
He does.
And when he finds her asleep in a tree near Loch Louis, it's just raw emotion.
It is.
His apology is so heartfelt, his declaration of love is sincere.
Yeah.
And Saoirse, for the first time, starts to believe that she can let go of the past.
And maybe embrace a future with Owen.
Yeah,
It's a testament to the transformative power of love and forgiveness.
definitely.
A reminder that even when we make mistakes and face the pain of the past,
Mhm.
there's always a possibility of redemption healing new beginnings.
Yeah. But as they find solace in each other's arms, the uncertainty of their future, it still looms.
It does.
That looming deadline for the Tweed order, the potential abandonment of their village, the weight of their shared losses, it's a lot to carry.
It is, but despite all of that, they managed to finish the Tweed order just in time.
Just in time.
And then a messenger arrives from Murphy's.
Oh, creating a wave of suspense.
What news will he bring? Will their hard work pay off?
Right. What does he say?
It's not just payment.
No.
It's a life-altering proposition.
Wow.
One that will test their courage, their commitment to each other, and their dreams for the future.
It sounds like an offer that could change everything.
For better or worse.
Yeah, Dibble really leaves us hanging.
She does.
The decision unresolved. The future uncertain.
Making us wonder what we would do in their shoes.
So they've, put everything into this Tweed order, faced all these setbacks, and now this messenger shows up with, news that could change their whole lives.
Yeah.
What exactly is it that Murphy's is proposing that leaves them with this huge decision?
Well, remember Owen's unique barleycorn pattern, the one that caught Murphy's eye in the first place?
Yeah.
They are so impressed with the quality and artistry of Owen's work that they offer him an incredible opportunity. They want him to teach his weaving techniques at Murphy's.
Wow.
To make sure that their tweed maintains that distinctive style and that exceptional quality.
That's a huge honor.
It is.
But it also means leaving their home,
Yeah.
their community, everything they know. What about Saoirse? Where does she fit into all of this?
Well, that's the really surprising part. Murphy's also recognizes Saoirse's talent and her, quick progress learning from Owen. They offer her a position as a full-time weaver, too.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, it's a testament to her dedication and skill. It's validation of her journey from, a hesitant beginner to a talented artisan.
That's amazing. It's an amazing opportunity for both of them, a chance to really elevate their craft and, secure their future.
Right.
But you said it was a difficult decision. What makes this offer so challenging for them?
Well, imagine, being rooted in one place for generations, your life intertwined with the land, the community, the traditions, and then imagine the idea of leaving all of that behind, venturing into the unknown, embracing a new life in a bustling city. It's that classic dilemma, the comfort of what you know versus the allure of, maybe a brighter future.
Yeah. It's almost like being asked to choose between two loves. The love for your home and then the love for your craft. It's got to be hard. How does Dibble portray their internal struggle?
She does it beautifully. She captures the mix of joy and excitement, but also the fear and a really profound sense of loss. On the one hand, there's the thrill of being recognized, having their hard work validated, the possibility of financial security. But then on the other hand, there's that really painful thought of leaving their beloved Glen, the close-knit community, the only life they've ever known.
It's a decision that I think resonates on a really personal level.
Definitely.
I mean, we've all had those moments where we have to weigh what we want against, what we feel responsible for, our dreams versus just the comfort of what we know. It's never easy.
Exactly. And in the middle of this emotional whirlwind, Owen proposes to Saoirse.
He does.
He does. And it's not just a romantic gesture. It's a declaration of partnership, a recognition of the journey they've shared, the challenges they've overcome together. He asks her to be strong and courageous alongside him. He acknowledges that, there are uncertainties ahead, but also the strength that they find in each other.
That's a beautiful proposal, full of hope and, vulnerability.
It is.
But it also adds another layer of, complexity to their decision.
Yeah.
Now, it's not just about their individual dreams. It's about building a life together, a future that's intertwined with this choice.
And that's exactly where Dibble leaves us. With the decision unresolved, the future uncertain, the book ends with them at a crossroads, carrying the weight of their choices. It's such a brilliant ending. It makes you think about, the themes of tradition and change and the courage that it takes to embrace new beginnings.
It's a testament to Dibble's skill as a writer that she doesn't give us those easy answers.
No.
She really makes us put ourselves in their shoes and consider, all the complexities of their situation. It's the kind of story that stays with you.
It does. And it also makes you reflect on, your own life. What are the threads that make up your own personal tapestry? What choices have you made that have led you to where you are? and what looms large on your horizon, those decisions that have the power to completely redefine your future.
It has been a fascinating deep dive into Heart of the Glen. This story is just woven with such rich details, complex characters, and thought-provoking
Yes,
themes.
it is.
We've explored Donegal Tweed weaving, delved into the ideas of resilience and forgiveness, witnessed the power of love and community in the face of adversity.
Absolutely. And as we wrap up this deep dive, we want to hear from you. What resonated with you the most? What moment stayed with you after you finished the book? Share your favorite scene or quote in the comments. We love hearing your perspectives.
And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your fellow bookworms. There's a whole world of stories waiting to be explored, and we'll be here to guide you through them, one deep dive at a time. Until next time, happy reading.